Part 8 of the Untold History of the Black Race and the Fall of African Civilization, the Jewish Torah, and the Christian New Testament Gospel. The Bible, to some historians, is a contradictory book that lacks certainty and has unverifiable evidence, while some see it as the Word of God through inspired men. The fact is, the Bible is not the word of a God, but of men who invented scriptures to support their invented religion. It is necessary to know that there was no Adam and Eve story until Moses was born in 1346 BC, according to Jewish myths and legends. Before the existence of Moses, Black Africans had been in existence for over 3 million years in Africa. According to the Jewish myths and history, Abraham was the first Jew or Hebrew who was born in 1775 BC, and before this year, Africans were already in their 13th dynastic period, where all the pyramids were already built by Black Africans. If Abraham was born in 1775 BC and Moses was born in 1346 BC, as the Jews recorded in their myths, and if Africans had already had their ancient civilization at its peak before the birth of both Abraham and Moses, where then did the Jews or Hebrews get their Adam and Eve according to Jewish history? Abraham was born in Ur of the Chaldees, and Chaldee was already a colony colonized by Black Africans thousands of years ago before his birth. The fact is, the book of Genesis was not written when Moses or Abraham were born. Rather, it was written after the Jews finished their first education in Egypt and Ethiopia. At the end of their education, they copied all the history, mythology, spirituality, and belief system of Africans and started using it to write their own history and myths called the Old Testament Gospel, where they invented characters which they also copied from Egypt. For instance, the name Moses was the name of an Egyptian pharaoh, Thutmose, who ruled Egypt during the 18th dynasty. In 391 AD, Emperor Theodosius of Rome destroyed many temples, papyrus, papers, and shrines in Egypt in line with the agreement made in the Council of Nicaea in 325 AD. It was agreed that every evidence that shows the ideas of Christianity, a virgin birth, walking on water, born December 25th, raised the dead, fed thousands of people with a few loaves of bread and fish, raising from the dead and ascending to heaven, in Africa, which predates their Roman Christianity, should be destroyed. This was after a Black African named Arius had already disagreed with the decisions made in the Nicene Conference. Arius argued that the original story is the story of Isis, Horus, and Osiris, and that all Europeans should embrace this true story that happened in Africa 5,000 years before the fabricated story of the Roman Jesus and Mary.